What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Turbo 329 here. I know it's been a minute. Been promising you guys an update for a hot second, so just figured I'd make this video to get caught up and hope everybody's surviving the winter. I'm sure by now the winter blues has set in, but really looking forward to the 2020 season and getting it underway, hopefully as early as April. You know, we'll see how the weather is acting. But just wanted to bring you this this video today. We're going to talk about a few things, maybe talk a little bit about my plans for 2020, what's been going on in my neck of the woods, and also a topic that has flared up on a few message boards and also on Facebook, you know, about 300cc bikes at track days. So I want to definitely talk a little bit on that and get your take on that. Hope you guys make some comments in the comment section later on. So let's get to it. So I'm going to bring you this quick old school update, midwinter old school update. Here's a 779. It's been just sitting here. It's winterized. I don't have any coolant, or I should say water weather in the bike right now. But here it sits, all completed. All it needs is the wheels powder coated and the paint job, and she's ready to go for next season. And really excited about how this project came out, and I figured it could use the bodywork update, you know, just to infuse some more life into it. But Shark Skins bodywork had all the tabs redone. Man, before the season starts, I'm just gonna sand it smooth, wet sanded, maybe with some 1000 or some 1500 grit, and then you know, put a couple of coats on it, and she should be ready to go. Over here, the ZX9, pulled it out. She fired right up, started it right up, and still got some R11s on the bike from last season. And probably just, I mean, there's plenty of life on the left side. The right side is maybe got half a day in it, depending on the track. But probably just throw on a new rear tire if I'm gonna run this next season. And I'm sure I will. A lot of guys have been requesting to see more of this bike, but the bike needs absolutely nothing. It's putting about 135 horsepower down, and I could probably lean out those main jets and it'll probably jump another 5 horsepower to about 140, because it was running really rich at the top end, like over 10,000 RPM. So I think if I lean it out, I think I got 155s in there. If I put a 150 in there, it's probably going to jump up about anywhere from 3 to 5 horsepower on the top end. So more on this bike in the future. And over here, the bike I'm going to be riding today, 02 ZX7. She also started right up. You saw from that last video when I cleaned the pilot jets. Fired right up. I'm glad I did that before the winter, and I put some fresh gas in it. But gonna be jumping on this in a few minutes, take you guys on a quick moto vlog, and yeah, everything is looking good on the midwinter update. But yeah, this has just got the Dynojet Stage 1 kit in it. It's got the full Muzzy, and it's got an air filter in there. I believe I got an air filter in there. I don't remember if it's a K&N or a BMC, but it's one of those two. I need to get up in there. It's been a while. Really happy with it. No plans on selling it. You know, I like to keep the old school bikes in the collection, and it's a different kind of ride from the new stuff, obviously, as you guys know. You know, they're not the latest and the greatest, they're not state-of-the-art stuff, but very good, reliable bikes. They're bulletproof, and they last forever, right? These bikes are almost 20 years old, right? Can you believe it? 18 years old for this one, 18 years old for that one. And this one is this one's over 20. This is a 98, so this is 22 years old. And time flies, man. But it just goes to show you don't need to have the latest and the greatest to have fun. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna suit up, I'm gonna put the GoPro on, get all hooked up, and let's go for a ride together, because it's 63 degrees in January, and there was no way we were gonna let this day go by without getting a ride in. So I'm gonna suit up, I'm gonna put the ZX9 away, and we're gonna go for a ride in this 02 ZX7, and let's catch up. What's up, YouTube? Hello, everybody. Boy, does it feel good to be on two wheels. I'm just gonna be going on a little cruise today. Nothing crazy. And I just want to feel what it's like to be on two. Midwinter. We have been blessed with a 63-degree day. And so I had to get out on this bike, bro. So yeah. So like I was saying, Midwinter update. I got the H2 and the MV Augusta put away. Batteries are on tenders. Got some fuel stabilizer in there. And before the season starts, I'll probably just put in some fresh water wetter. In some fresh water wetter and some fresh oil. And we should be good to go. It's very, very windy, and this may affect the sound quality of this video, so we'll see. But I noticed in the last video that it was only at speeds over 50 where the wind noise really affected the mic, so we'll see. So yeah, guys, want to talk a little bit about a topic that's coming up, and I want to talk about 300cc bikes at track days. And more people are opting to ride the smaller displacement bikes to build up their skill set. And quite honestly, they are to be commended. I think that that's really good that people are committed to working on their skills so that they can be faster, but more importantly, safe riders. I'm gonna let this guy go by because I just want to cruise at a slow speed, so that way I know that the sound is coming through on the mic. But now we're talking about 300s and 400s, and you know, it's really good that people are committed to working on their skill set, and that's awesome. But as human nature would have it, we solve one problem and we create another one oftentimes, and it's unfortunate. And so what's happening is, at any given track day, you have people who are riding these small bikes and they're bunched up in packs. And when they're bunched up in packs, it creates a hazard. And the reason why that creates a hazard is, and I'll give you an example of what happened to me at one track day once. I
I was at New Jersey, and I wasn't recording. I wish I was recording because it would be really educational if I had it. But I wasn't recording, but I was flying through the last chicane before the bridge that leads onto the start-finish straight, and there were about 4 or so, maybe even 5 riders on 300cc bikes, and they weren't really, they were each on different lines. Like they weren't all on pace. They weren't all on pace, and they were pretty much all over the track. And I estimate that I was traveling at least 50 to 60 miles an hour faster than they were. And as a result, I came up on them really hard, and I had to get way out of the throttle to avoid a situation. Now, I'm a safe rider, so I had reacted way early, and so as a result there was no incident. But it was very frustrating to me because, you know, now we have a situation where that could have not only been dangerous, but it detracts from the enjoyment that others can have that are on much faster bikes, that are trying to get clean laps in. And so my issue isn't really with guys on 300s or 400s. The issue that I'm having is that I feel that they should have their own group. Right now, in their defense, if they're an expert or an advanced rider or even a racer riding a small displacement bike, I don't think it's fair to them to have to bump down to a slower group. Because what happens is a few of these guys are very skilled, and they carry faster corner entry than pretty much 75% of the track day participants. And so if you put an expert on a 400 and let's say a novice group or intermediate group, they're going to be running up on guys constantly on the corner entry because those novice groups haven't quite developed their skills yet where they could go into corners really fast. And so that would frustrate them. And it's not fair to them. They paid their money just like everybody else paid their money to get some nice fun laps in and have battles with their friends. So my feeling is this: a lot of track day organizations, they will have a group for a school, or they'll have a racer group, or they will have a group for cars, right? So just like any other specialty group, I think orgs would be better off having a group for those smaller displacement bikes. Have a 300 or 400 group day. It doesn't have to be every event, right? But most of these guys with these small displacement bikes have multiple bikes. They have a big bike, but they have more fun on the 300s and the 400s. I get it. And so, yeah, they should designate days throughout the year where they will have small displacement groups. And granted, the speeds are a lot slower, except on the corner entries. Most of the guys riding the 300s and the 400s are very skilled. And so a novice on a 300 or 400 can ride their novice group and be fine, because all they're really doing is follow the leader, and those bikes can handle it. You follow? So that's quite all right. But the fast guys that are on 300 and 400s, they should have their own group, right? Let's not ruin it for them. And let's also not ruin it for guys like me that want to get on his H2 and hit 190 at Summit without having to worry about, you know, somebody on a smaller bike ruining my drive out of 10. because he's on the fast line and I'm gonna power out 75 miles an hour faster than he does, right? So let's fix that. With all that said, that's my feelings on it. You know, I think the guys in the 300s and 400s, you know, they deserve to be out there just like anyone else. But the fact of the matter is, accidents do happen. I had a little situation last year at Summit where a woman who was very skilled, in fact, she's a control rider, I was carrying so much speed out of turn 3 at Summit that I went up the hill and, man, I pulled on her like a football field, but the spot where I had to brake to set up for turn 4, I had to take the line from her. And it wasn't intentional. It's just that you're having bikes in like too far end on the scale class-wise that it was just, you know, it just wasn't a good recipe. Nobody was really in the right or the wrong, but I was carrying so much speed at the beginning and the apex of 3 that by the time I saw her, and I did start the brake, but by the time I saw her, it took all that space between turns 3 and 4 at Summit to get my bike slowed down for the, you know, to make a safe pass. And so that could have been avoided. Summit Point Main is a fast track. Personally, I don't feel 300s and 400s have any business out there. You know, I think guys that, you know, are riding these smaller bikes need to be selective. You know, you don't take that bike to Daytona. You just don't. You're asking for trouble. Yeah, you got the right, just like anybody else, to be out there. Nobody's disputing that. But you're asking for trouble. You're asking for trouble. You're gonna top out at 90 miles an hour on that bank end, and then you got guys that are doing 175. You're asking for trouble. Even if you're like right on, even if you're like right on turn 1, you got somebody who's less than a football field away, going like 3 times faster than you. It's just a recipe for disaster. It's no bueno. It's no bueno. So, you know, to solve that, rather than have everybody arguing about who's right and who's wrong, let's just give 300s and 400s their own group. And that's my take on that. I'd like to see that. That would make me really happy. And I'm sure it would make them really happy. Now, here's the other side of the spectrum, the other side of the issue, rather. Some of these guys just like to go out there on a small bikes because they want to thump their chest about how they're so much more skilled than everybody, and how they turned a faster lap than the guy on the R1, and how they beat up the guy on the GSX R1000. And look, guys, newsflash, nobody cares. Nobody really cares about what you're doing out there, or what you're beating, or, you know, or how good your YouTube video look. And yeah, you passed 15 bikes in one session on your 300 or your 400. We don't really care. Nobody cares. You guys need to get off that high horse, like, you know, like you got something to prove, or like you out there for a contract and you're trying to impress scouts. It doesn't work that way, guys. All of us, or many of us, work 9 to 5. We're professionals. Some of us were white collar, some of us were blue collar. A lot of us have families. We all come from very diverse backgrounds. And at the end of the day, we all want to go home safe, right? We all want to go home safe, and that's the bottom line, right? Like, if you beat me up when I'm on my H2 and you come around in the infield at New Jersey and you're on a 400, look, more power to you, man. But I'm not going to lose sleep at night. And at the end of the day, I'm probably still better off in life than you are, because I'm doing quite well. I don't really care that you beat me up on your 400. So look, man, for you guys out there that got something to prove, man, leave that attitude at the door. Don't bring that to a track day. If you're riding these small bikes just for that, just for like street cred or track cred, or so people could talk about that guy that was super fast on his Goldwing, look, man, you got nothing to prove. You got nothing to prove to me or to anybody else. Hang on a minute, guys. Dudes just out here tailgating. You know, so you got nothing to prove, and you know, leave all that. Leave all that, because that's whack. So if you're a track org and you're watching this video, let's think about, or let's at least open the dialogue for, you know, a group for the small displacement bikes. And the other thing that I want to talk about at track days is, when you guys decide to do a car group, or when you guys decide you want to do a race, you're really detracting from the riding time of your paying customers. If guys want to race, we got CCS and we got Wearer. We don't sign up for track day organizations for racing. We already have venues for that. So don't detract from your guys that just want to get out there and do some laps. You know, don't detract from those guys, man. They just want to have fun. They just want to go out there and they just want to ride. And that's the bottom line. So, you know, when we start trying to get all fancy, man, and listen, I'm not going to sign up with, and I look, the clubs I ride with on the East Coast are N2, Team Promotion, Evolve GT. You know, so I'm not going to sign up with those organizations to go racing. Quite frankly, I just want to do a track day. I just want to do a track day. So I'd rather the guys just stick to the basics. If you want to do a group for your school, that's cool. If you want to do a group for instruction, that's cool. If you want to do a group for an extra novice group because you overbooked, I can even tolerate that. But after the lunch break, you're going to delay the session by 15 minutes because you want to get a race in? Like, that's whack. We don't sign up with track day orgs to go racing. This is just constructive feedback. I'm not trying to start an argument. But look, like I said, we want to go racing, we got CCS. We got CCS, we got Wearer, and we pretty much got, you know, all of those orgs. These guys are tailgating me again, man. They making me mad. And I'm already doing the speed limit. But, you know, we got race orgs. We don't need you to do that. Like, stick to the formula that works. Anyhow, I don't want to go on too much about that, because this conversation was really about, you know, how to make track day safer when you have guys on the smaller displacement bikes. And I think that would be a step in the right direction, man. We just give these guys their own group, and that way they won't feel like they're in danger. And, you know, guys, look, when you go to a track day, we're not all professionals, right? Guys are going to make mistakes, right? So here's the thing that gets me. You get mad at the guy on the big bike because he got a little too close to you, you know, maybe when he was making a pass. And look, he's not Valentino Rossi. He's probably not that great of a rider, right? And I've seen guys get into it. I've seen guys get into it at the track day. Oh, he came too close, he cut me off. Yeah, but you're doing 100 miles an hour slower than he is. What do you want him to do? Start braking halfway down the straight when he catches a glimpse of you? Like, come on, let's get real. Let's get real. That's not even reasonable. Right? You shouldn't even be there. You shouldn't even be there. That's why they have classes for racing. That's why, look, at New Jersey Motorsports, if I was to go race my 600, I'm not the fastest guy out there. I'll probably run a 35 on a modern 600. You got guys on 400s that can run that. But guess what? They're not going to be racing in the 600 class. It'll be a bloodbath. They'll get stuffed everywhere, no matter how good they are. That's the reason why we have classes, right? So when you have a track day, and then you have guys that are getting close to racing speeds, it's common sense. Hang on a minute, guys. So that's it, guys. You know what? Post in the comments about how you feel about that. Let me know. But you know, that topic's been coming up a lot, and a lot of guys on the small bikes, they get upset when they have hairy moments at the track. And honestly, if I was out on the 400 and some guy came a little bit close up on me, it really depends, you know, the circumstance. It really depends on the circumstances. Not everybody's out there trying to, like, you know, cause problems. Some guys genuinely just don't know what to do when they come up on you carrying 100 miles an hour more speed. So it's open for discussion. I'd love to get your thoughts on that. Please chime in. And you know, that's that. So as far as what's going on in my world, I got some very sad news. My buddy John from Dyno Solutions, who has assisted me tremendously with all of my tuning needs, has retired. He's done. I don't have a dyno tuner anymore. And I am feeling lost right now. I don't know what to do. I've even considered buying his dyno. I've even thought about buying it because I have the money. But I wouldn't be able to operate it because of my regular job. I have a very full schedule. And so I would never have time to operate it. I've considered maybe renting it to a business and, you know, pursuing it that way. But I don't know if I want to make such a large investment for something that I can't be a part of at least 30% of the time. I would never have a chance to get over there to the dyno and tune it. I barely have any time to work on my own bikes anymore. Like, I'm honestly considering just, you know, forming a relationship with one of the local shops and just have them do most of my work going forward. You know, it's just really hard for me to find the time. I got a lot going on in my life right now, and, you know, I get these little blocks of time and I try to take full advantage of them. So owning a dyno would be really cool, though. That point alone is not lost on me. I would love to have a dyno, but I don't know. I just back to the drawing board. The nearest people that I trust to work on my bike would probably be my buddy Ricardo at Motorcycle Mall. I met him at a track day in New Jersey a couple years ago. Really cool guy. He knows what he's doing. He's tuned quite a few H2s, and I like him. I like him a lot. I could see myself going there in the future, but this definitely threw a major wrench in the plans. You know, a guy like John doesn't come around often, and you know, when you get a hold of a guy who's honest, who does good work, you know, you really gotta hold on to him. And that's what we did. We had a good relationship for the past 4 years or so. So, John, if you're watching, you will be sorely missed. I wish you the best in retirement. And I want to thank you for all the good work that you've done for me tuning my H2 and my ZX7 and all my bikes, really. All of my bikes have seen your dyno at least one time. So, just wanted to throw that out there in this clip. You know, good help, guys, really is hard to find, so take care of your guys, you know, and you guys go and you get work done. I know we always want to get the best deal possible, and that's cool. I'm with it. Who does not want to save money? I definitely love to save money. But at the end of the day, man, these guys got to keep the lights on. They got to keep the lights on. And so when we're nickel and diming people all the time, man, eventually, man, you get good people that have to close their doors. Now, this isn't what happened with John. John was very happy, and oftentimes he would just, John, when he tuned for me, I would just tell him name his price, because I wasn't there to haggle. He did great work for me, and that's how it should be. When you get a guy like that does such great work, it really should be like, hey man, you know what, name your price. I appreciate the service that you're giving me. You know, we need guys like that to stay open. We need guys like that to keep their lights on. When you're getting a good deal on stuff, somebody got something that's 20% off or 30% off, or stuff is marked down, don't call those people up asking for more of a discount. Like, they already marked it. I can't see, that's the thing I can't understand, and I don't know how much battery I have left, but I want to talk about that real quick. You get guys that are already getting a great deal that are still looking for discounts. Like, yo, you're getting it at half price and you're still asking for more money off? Like, I don't understand that. It's like we're programmed to ask for handouts. You know, once upon a time, guys, things just cost what they cost. And you had to save up and you had to get it. You know, there was no haggling. It costs what it costs, and that's that. So they cost what they cost, and that's that. So, you know, take care of your good guys. You know, stop trying to haggle everybody. Because honestly, there's no need for it. That's it, guys. No real plans right now. All my major work is done, and no more engine work. There's really nothing to do to the H2. It's as fast as I can handle, and I'm honestly not gonna make it any faster. Because that would just be silly. So, all we're gonna do in 2020 is just ride, guys. Like, that's it. That's it. All we're gonna do is ride, man. if you guys got any like requests, anything special you want to see from my channel, please feel free to chime in, let me know. And I'll bring it to you, man. And honestly, I've been getting a lot of mixed feedback on which bike you guys want to see. Like, some of you guys prefer the MV, quite a few of you prefer the H2. A lot of you, believe it or not, actually prefer the ZX9. I like that. I like that. But let me know which bike you want to see more of out of my collection, and I'll bring that to you. I will definitely bring that to you. I'll bring that to you guys. And 650 Ebe and I will be riding again in 2020. Yes, he's asking for that work all over again. Actually, I can't, let me find a little spot to hang out. $650 Ebe is asking for that work all over again. He is even getting a Panigale V2 because he wants me to go out to Mid-Ohio again and give him that work. Or he wants to give me that work, but I don't think he's going to be able to. But that Panigale V2 is a nice bike. I'm glad he's actually going down in size to get something that will probably allow him to have more fun on it, and he won't have to worry about breaking the bank like that V4 if he were to dump it. He doesn't even take that V4R to the track, and to me that's kind of pointless because that V4R is a track, it's made for the racetrack. How can you not take that to the track? So, and the reason why is because it's expensive. So I'm glad he's getting on the V2. I'm glad he's going to take that, and he's going to try to give me all he's got in 2020. I don't know when the date is going to be, so you guys will just have to stay tuned for that. But yeah, he wants it, so I'm thinking about just taking the ZX7 out there and giving him some work on this. Not even my 779 race bike. I might just take this one, maybe throw a shock on it and just go. A shock and some slicks and see what's up, you know. So that's it, guys. I'm gonna end the video right now. I hope you enjoyed this little quick ride, and man, I'm glad I was able to get out on two wheels. I'm gonna jump back on this highway and probably get some more riding in, but really happy I was able to get out. And man, it feels so good, man. But days like this happen in winter, man, it feels like a summer day. Like I'm kind of sweating in my leathers just from going around the way. Took local streets, and hopefully the voice came out good in this video. I hope it's not choppy like the first time I used this mic. If I edit this video and the sound is choppy again, I'm just gonna shop around for a better mic. So other than that, guys, thanks for watching, and stay tuned, man. And like I said, I was gonna get another bike in 2020, but I decided to do some real estate investing. I bought a piece of property in another country, and I'm really happy about it. I think down the road it's going to make me a nice chunk of change, and I'm probably looking to be getting another rental property. So I may or may not get another new bike for a while. We'll see. I definitely do want to get like a middleweight, like a MV F3800, or maybe even a ZX6R. Like that's where my heart is right now. And if I really had the money, I'd go out and get that RSV4 1100 factory, because I think it's just a monster. And I know that if I was going to pick a modern fast bike right now, it would be that, because I could do some real damage on that thing, I think. But for right now, it's just going to be status quo. It's going to be Ninja H2 2020, and whichever the other bikes that I pull out every now and then, just for some variety. So that's it for real this time, guys. I've been trying to close this video for the last 5 minutes, but I want to thank you guys for your support through the winter. Thanks for watching, and you know, keep sticking around for some updates. And if I do come up with some projects, you know, I'll definitely get it popping. So any comments, suggestions, feel free, drop below, and stay tuned for future videos.